Hey everyone, this is Derek here. Welcome back to the PUBG Mobile 0.10 Global Beta. Today we're going to be talking about and testing the new grip, the laser sight, that new foregrip attachment introduced with 0.10, because it's actually not as useless as I first thought. So when I was reviewing the beta, when we were initially downloading, I was talking about how it could be useful in like night mode, but other than that, it's cosmetic and doesn't really do much when you have the crosshairs on your screen. Well, little did I know, you guys pointed out two things. First up, let's throw realism out the window because enemies cannot see the laser sight. So we are going to pretend that it is an invisible laser, I guess, because enemies, maybe an infrared laser, because enemies cannot see it, which I have mixed feelings about, because a green laser, I feel like if you're using that, there are other games out there that allow you to become a zombie and, jump out of buses and fly and evil bunnies, and I don't know. There's a lot of crazy stuff in other games. This game, other than the cosmetics, is supposed to be about realism, and I'm not sure how I feel about the laser sight. You guys can let me know in the comments down below how you feel about other people not being able to see it. But anyways, that's advantageous as far as actually using it, which is good. And number two, if you go ahead and highlight it and hold, you'll notice that it says reduces hip fire spread. So all of a sudden this is useful. So again, I'm not entirely sure how, I suppose if you see where your bolts are going, you can better adjust for recoil, but it's not a grip in and of itself. It just assists you in aiming. So let's go ahead. I figured why not go into training mode and just do a very unscientific comparison between different grips, as well as the new laser grip hip firing with a weapon that has a pretty awful recoil, and we'll see if we notice a difference or not. Let's go ahead and grab the M762, the new AR that does have a foregrip attachment point. So what do we want to start with? Let's start with nothing. Then we'll grab the half grip. The half grip is one of the best for spraying weapons. I think we'll also grab the angled is also decent. I don't know. Let's just grab the laser sight. So we'll just compare those three. So we'll compare nothing to the laser sight to the half grip, which from my other grip video and Wacky Jackie and a bunch of other people, we've determined that that is one of the best when you are spraying close range. So this is going to be with nothing, so let's go ahead and unequip that. We also grabbed a light grip. I guess we can also show the light grip just because that is awful. That is probably going to be worse than no grip at all. So let's go ahead and just fire a magazine off, hip fire a magazine. Important to note that once you ADS, your stability is going to be improved. So let's go ahead, fire this, and see what happens. Oh my gosh, all right, whoa. All right, cool. So, and we kept it on the target longer than I thought we would, but you could see that it was then veering off in the direction. It's hard to not compensate for the recoil by moving my finger at all, but I think that was pretty decent. So you can see that with the light grip, I'd expect that it's going to be even worse, because the light grip, again, is good for situations where you're taking like 1 or 2 shots at a time. It's good for stability there, but if you're taking more than that, so if you take like an SKS or an SLR or something like that and put a light grip on it, that is your ideal use case. But for something like this, the M762 or M416, not a good idea. So let's go ahead and fire again. I'll try not to adjust for recoil, and we'll see what happens with the light grip. So you can see the light grip, we are even further off the target. Less of those shots initially landed on the target, and we also went up to the left. So there's going to be some randomness involved too when we're testing this way. I'm not, shooting 10 magazines just to determine this, but just giving you guys a general idea of how it works. So let's go ahead and use the half grip here. Might have said half grip instead of light grip before. I meant the light grip. This is the half grip. And fire this one. And you can see better, definitely. Not as far off the target, and it stayed pretty consistent side to side at least. That horizontal recoil reduced. So again, not a magic bullet by any means, but it definitely helps. And then here is with the laser sight. So this is a new one, and let's see what happens when we fire like this. This is hip firing. Gosh, that's pretty good. That's actually pretty decent. Lots of those early shots definitely landed on the target. Let's fire that one more time. Definitely better than nothing. Way better than the light grip. And it's actually pretty impressive. I'm surprised. It definitely helps. So your close quarters combat, then, this might be the new go-to grip. So let's go ahead and fire one more off and see what happens. See, again, pretty good. Honestly, definitely better than nothing. And, you know, more of those shots initially staying on the target or staying close to the target. So let's go ahead and we'll try it one or two more times. We'll try to adjust for the recoil. And I mean, I don't have much experience with the M762, so I'm not the best person to do this, but we will see if we can kind of drag down. So this is hip firing only. I don't know how far back I was. Probably should have made note of that, but let's go ahead here. Let's just do one finger and we'll just drag down and see if we can keep it on the target. All right. Let's try one more time. Now it's pretty awful, but that is my skill versus the game, which definitely helps. Keeping most of the shots in the black, which I mean close up, those are all hits on somebody. So impressive for sure. And then we'll let's say when you're ADSing, that negates whatever sort of advantage the laser grip provides. So just keep that in mind, that, you know, a lot of us are, you know, trained to like peek a corner with, you know, ADSing on, and, you know, if you're going to assault somebody even close range, we're usually just like, you know, going to ADS first because we know that there is more stability there. But I don't know. I mean, if you're just hip firing, it's pretty decent. So be curious how it works in something like war mode, maybe. You know, if you get one in war mode, because that's going to be a lot of like close quarters, quick fighting. Or if you drop Pachinki or military base or any of the other popular drop locations around the game, boot camp on Sanhok, the laser grip is available on all maps. So if you drop locations like that, curious how that will affect it too. And you know, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Do you think that this is worth exploring more? Are you guys excited to use it? Do you not really care? Let me know. So my name's Derek G. If you enjoyed the video, definitely give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and consider subscribing if you haven't already for tons more PUBG Mobile content. I hope to see you on the battlefield soon or my Discord server, which I'll leave a link to down below.